Hi everybody, thanks for stopping by my channel. I'm going to do a little something different this video. What I want to talk about is how life changed for me since I became sober. So this is definitely very personal, very intimate. I'm going to really open up here and take a risk. So please forgive me if I stumble, repeat. Yeah, freak out. I'm freaking out. So being sober was hard in itself to admit that I had a problem with alcohol. My life drastically changed. So not drinking meant I wouldn't go out to bars, clubs, and sometimes even restaurants that had a strong alcohol presence. I just wasn't ready. I wasn't comfortable. I couldn't do it. Knowing that I couldn't be around alcohol limited pretty much who I could be with, when I could go out, and my social interactions. My social life took a 180. Instead of being a social butterfly, going out every weekend, hanging out with people, my interactions with people were more on an intimate level. So that meant I actually had to have conversations, intellectual conversations, talk about actual things, and not hide behind alcohol. Couldn't just talk about, this new bar that's downtown that I checked out, or this great new drink like White Claw. Never tried it. Don't know what it tastes like. So I had to realize very quickly who sober Christine was, what my interests were, and who I could talk to, who I could hang out with that wouldn't put me in this awkward position with alcohol. So my constant goings to social meetings on weekends quickly subsided. Instead of just generally networking and small talk while drinking, it was actual conversations with people. And it was very hard. I realized I had social anxiety, which is why I drank so much, because it gave me liquid courage. But yeah, I had social anxiety. So going out to restaurants with coworkers, friends that I really actually didn't know was awkward. I had to continually fight to think of conversation so I wouldn't allow any dead time. That was awkward for me and made me panic. So a lot of my my hangouts ended up being me hanging out by myself at home, or really solidifying relationships with friends, because we would go to each other's houses instead of going out and actually talk to each other about real things. So the number of friends I had started to dwindle. It pretty much dropped from 100-ish or so to under 10. And for me, that was very hard. Being alone has always been an issue for me. Being alone, like relationship wise, being alone, like literally alone, like right now, being physically alone. Well, given my sobriety, I got a lot of opportunity to be alone, and it was so hard. It was so freaking hard. It's still hard sometimes. And I've now gotten to the point that I know who my friends are. I know who my people are, and I can reach out, and there's less of that alone time. But in the process to get to that point, my thoughts got the best of me. A lot of my time was a bit on the depressed side, because a lot of these thoughts and like memories of things I did when I was drunk started to come back up. So, relationships I had with people that I realize now I royally screwed up. Like, that was on me why those relationships ended. Relationships I had with people and how I hurt them. Like, I realize now, wow, you you screwed that person over. And this time being sober allowed me to have a clear mind and reach out to these people that I hurt and ask for forgiveness. And whether they do or not, that's obviously their decision. But being sober let me reevaluate my life. Being sober let me see what my life was. And I didn't like the life that I had lived. There were a lot of things that I did that were good, that I'm proud of. But ultimately, if I had noticed my problem with alcohol earlier, I think I would have had some better interactions and more worthy moments in life. But, I am a strong believer that these things happen for a reason, that my journey to sobriety happened the way it did. Because if I tried to be sober earlier, I might have failed. So being sober for me is still very hard. I like to meet new people, but I realize that I'm not as outgoing and confident as I used to be or thought I was. But being sober now, I think I create more value in the interactions I have with people. I am far more positive and hopeful. Sober Christine is a plant lover, a leopard gecko lover. I love games, videos, and board games, which, are not exactly the norm anymore. Like, my interests are a little bit on the selective side. So I definitely don't relate to people as easily. It was to the point sometimes that I would go to the bathroom and cry. Joining in on conversation about celebrities, sports. I can't. I have no knowledge, and if I have no knowledge, I can't partake in the conversation, and I'm left out. So it's a very real part of sober life that you're going to lose people. You're going to be left out of conversations. You're going to be left out of situations. And over time, you'll get to the point that it's okay. It will be okay. And you need to just focus on you. When you get to those times, what makes you happy? It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it makes you happy, right? Reptiles, we'll just talk about real quick, are, most people are either yay or nay. There's like no middle ground with them. You like them or you don't. So when I get into these moments of difficulty, we'll just say, and I get sad and I want to cry and I feel like I'm alone, I go over to my leopard geckos and I spend time. I take pictures. I play with them. I feed them. I do what I need to do. And if the people I talk to and I meet don't like them, don't understand it, so be it. It's what I like. If you care about me, you'll listen, maybe communicate back with me, try to have a conversation or learn more. Most people don't know anything about reptiles. But that gives you the opportunity to find those people in your life that provide value to your life. It's very easy for us to fill our lives with people just to not be alone. I'd rather fill my life with people that matter, that I care about and care about me, that we can have back and forth conversations about my interests and their interests, than filled with these empty people and empty relationships. So it's taken a lot for me to get to this point to accept it. And honestly, I'm still fighting to be okay with a lot of these changes and alone moments. But I, again, don't regret becoming sober. It's kind of opened my eyes to how society views alcohol itself. And I've just gotten kind of like a clearer outlook on life. So I didn't go super deep into specifics. I don't want to call anybody out. I don't want to cry, first and foremost. I'm a crier. But I want to kind of just share these things because it's going to happen during your sober journey or during the sober journey of whoever you're, you know, um, and it's okay. You know, if you have people like I did, that's awesome. If not, you know, there are resources that you can go out to. And as always, please email me, comment below. Obviously, email is more private. My email is stillsoberct@gmail.com. I'll help you figure out, you know, where you can reach out and find people with the same interests. For me, it was Facebook groups. As painful as it might be to eliminate people and situations, it makes room then for the things that really do make you happy and bring you joy. So wherever you are in the stage, keep going, stay strong. You know, if you're going through a hard time, take some time doing what you love, what makes you happy, and it kind of repositions the world in your eyes and allows you to focus again on what's important. So if you out there have experienced anything similar, or you know, do things that now make you happy that you want to share, please let me know. Email me or comment below. Share with the world. And as always, if there are topics you want me to go over, if there's anything I talked about today you want me to elaborate on, let me know. Otherwise, subscribe. See you on the next video and have a great day. All right, bye guys.